dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yup, what's good, original crew, man? We back, baby. More One Piece content. We got top 10 strongest pirate crews ranked. So how many? Yo, I know y'all gonna be proud, you know what I'm saying? Happy, you know what I'm saying? It started the One Piece journey so far. Came across 2 crews so far, you know. No, actually, three or 4 so far. You want to tell your impressions of one crew so far?
You started it without me. I haven't watched it. I tuned into whatever episode you was watching.
You got to start your own journey.
That's fine. I ain't said nothing. You the ones.
I'm just asking. You got to start your own journey, though. One Piece is straight so far.
You're asking or telling me.
I'm just saying. It's straight so far. You said it's so bright. You said, why is it so bright?
It is bright, y'all. My eyes so sensitive to stuff.
You like, why is it so bright?
Oh, Lord.
You said, dang, I ain't... And you said, why is it graphics look like this? Because I told you, I was like, it reminded me of like stuff we used to watch back in the day. And I think that's the reason why I could tune into it. Because it puts me in like a mind space of...
Why did you bring up the graphics? I just said something about it being bright.
And you said it looks like something you've seen before. That's what I'm talking about. Like the animation of it, you said it looked like. And then that's when we said it looks like some of the shows we grew up watching when we was younger. And that's how we got it. And if you remember, those shows, the brightness was very similar. So
my eyes was a little better back then. You know.
Hey, so far I'm enjoying it. I'm not that far into it. But it's one of those, you know what I'm saying? The story, it's not given to you all at once. It's gonna be like you have to.
Definitely
you know
a good build up. Is that what you're trying to say?
So far, you know what I'm saying. Hey, I feel like Kobe, he a little soft, but we just getting into it. You don't know anything about him.
I don't even know.
And Zoro, I was like, Zoro. Now I grew up watching Zoro, like the old. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. Like I grew up watching Zoro. So I was like, they got a Zoro in this bitch. I was like, what? So I kind of got excited about that because you ever used to watch Zoro? He used to have the little sword. He used to fight people. Always called the Z. Maybe. That's an old TV show I used to watch at night before I go to sleep.
Oh, okay.
Like on Nick at Night. I used to, yeah. Trip down memory lane. But before we get into it, make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go if you want the first part. All you got to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
like it with a thumbs up.
We'll highly appreciate it, man. But hey, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. Let's check it out. Let's see what it's about.
Today, we'll be explaining the top 10 strongest pirate crews in One Piece. We'll start with the Cross Guild, and in later parts of the video, we'll cover some of the legendary pirate crews that are feared by...
And don't complain. It's not gonna. I know it's supposed to be like, man, y'all spoiling it. I'm gonna still enjoy it as I watch it. So I'm just trying to get some detailed stuff. So don't trip.
Everyone around the world. Cross Guild is the newest pirate crew introduced to the story, consisting of 3 former warlords of the sea, Buggy, Mihawk, and Crocodile. Out of any crew, the Cross Guild definitely has the most interesting creation story by far. The company was initially created by a partnership between Crocodile and Mihawk in order to hunt down Marines for bounties. Now, to fund this organization, Crocodile realized he needed money, so he went to Buggy to call up on a huge debt that the latter owed him. When he got there, he inadvertently saved Buggy from the Marine fleet that was attacking him. Because of this, Buggy's employees thought that Crocodile actually saved him out of loyalty and created a poster that made it seem that Buggy was in charge of the entire Cross Guild. When the world government saw that Mihawk and Crocodile were supposedly serving under Buggy, they immediately promoted him to Emperor level and gave him the bounty of 3,189,000,000 bellies. The most interesting thing about this organization is that it's putting bounties on the Marines, which no one has tried to do before. However, it seems that the bounty amounts are indicated by symbols instead of money. This is really unfortunate, since it would be very interesting to see what would some of the Admiral bounties look like. At the end of each crew, we'll also estimate what each crew's total bounty would probably be, and some of the numbers will be totally insane. We currently know the bounties of all Cross Guild members, so their combined bounty should be around 9 billion bellies. Number 9. Big Mom Pirates. The Big Mom Pirates are a large and powerful pirate group whose territory is known as Totoland, a fairy tale world containing seemingly whimsical creatures who have a dark side to them. The group's leader is Big Mom, and 85 out of...
That's the one I said. When she popped out on the screen, I said, why they got her looking like old Michael Jackson? Bruh. Oh, you gotta watch. Oh, for real. She look like old Mike. Like I'm talking about when the show first started. Like she looked like old Michael Jackson to me. In the first few episodes, you see.
No, I get what you said.
My bad.
129 members are actually her children. Man, she should get her own reality TV show. 85 children and counting. Even at a young age, Big Mom had these hunger pains, which are moments when she can't control herself and starts eating everything in her path. This is exactly how she obtained her devil fruit, Soru no Mi, after unknowingly eating its previous owner. Besides Big Mom, the crew's 3 strongest pirates are called Sweet Commanders, and they're Charlotte Katakuri, Charlotte Cracker, and Charlotte Smoothie. An interesting fact about this crew is that it has the highest amount of known members by far. I mean, just look at the official wiki. There has to be around 100 known members in here. The Big Mom Pirates are feared around the world, with many races being terrified of them. A good example of this is that Fishman Island citizens feared Big Mom so much that they agreed to produce 10 tons of candy she orders every month. Another reason everyone fears her is because she hunts the people that don't hit the subscribe button. Just make sure to hit it and you should be fine. The majority of other pirates are also scared of her, and it's common knowledge that if Big Mom invites you to her tea party, you better come, since if you refuse, you'll probably be sent a box with the head of someone close to you. Now, some of you may be wondering if they're really stronger than the Cross Guild, so let's explain that. You see, although the insanely powerful Mihawk and Sir Crocodile are members of the Cross Guild, there aren't any other notable members besides them. So unless you consider Buggy, Alvida, or Mr. 3 to be strong pirates, I really don't see a way Mihawk and Crocodile could take on the entire Big Mom's crew by themselves. It's impossible. All main members of the Big Mom Pirates have their bounties revealed, so if we add the estimated bounties of all the other less important members, the number should be around 11,500,000,000 bellies. With Big Mom covered, we still have 8 incredibly strong crews to cover, and the
That's a lot, bro.
It is a lot.
Damn.
A whole lot.
She big. I mean, she big.
I think I remember seeing her, not with you watching, but on something else we heard saying.
next one is everyone's favorite, Straw Hat Pirates. The Straw Hat Pirates are the primary pirate crew of the series. They were formed in the East Blue by Monkey D. Luffy, and since then, the crew has made a name for themselves by defeating many formidable foes and sailing through the Grand Line and New World. In addition, they have successfully liberated nations like Alabasta, Fishman Island, Dressrosa, and even Wano, which was ruled by the world's strongest creature and emperor, Kaido. It's also important to mention that they managed to achieve all of this in only 2 years from the start of their journey. Despite their small size of only 10 active members, the Straw Hats are an extremely diverse group. Their members' origins range from ordinary islanders and workers to bounty hunters, royalty, criminal gang members, and veteran pirates. At the end of the Dressrosa arc, the crew also became the leaders of an alliance called the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, which involves 7 pirate groups that sided with Luffy in his conflict with Doflamingo. This alliance consists of 5,640 people who pledged their loyalty to Luffy and promised to come to his aid whenever he needs them. From the beginning, Straw Hats have always set out to do what no one had thought possible, and for that, many consider them insane. However, despite this, they managed to achieve almost impossible things, like finding the Sky Island, invading Eni's lobby, and defeating CP9, infiltrating Totoland and participating in an assassination attempt against Big Mom, and even attacking the Beast Pirate's stronghold in Onigashima. Although Luffy is by far the strongest member of the crew, many others also possess notable strengths. Some examples are the pirate hunter Rorona Zoro, Blackleg Sanji, and former warlord Jinbei, which all have bounties of over 1 billion bellies. Based on Luffy's new powers that he awakened during his battle against Kaido and the crew's overall strength, they should be able to beat the Big Mom Pirates in all versus all battle. The individual bounties of all Straw Hat members are revealed, and the combined bounty for all of them is exactly 8,816,000,001,000 bellies. Number 7. Blackbeard Pirates. The Blackbeard Pirates.
Now, I ain't got this far yet. I ain't got this far, but you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and get introduced to him, so when I do see him, I'll be like, oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
it's like because sometimes you need
have a
little
better
story.
understanding of what's going on, who is who.
You want me to restart with you?
I start. You don't have to restart me.
I'm watching that.
Are a dangerous, opportunistic, evil ragtag group and currently one of the 4 strongest crews in the world. They're led by Marshall D. Teach, a man who aims to find the One Piece, just like many before him, and shake the world forever. His cunningness and dedication know no bounds, as he spent over a decade as a member of Whitebeard Pirates, only because he wanted to use them to find the devil fruit he was searching for, the Yami Yami no Mi. The interesting thing about Blackbeard Pirates is that before the time skip, they actually used a wooden raft instead of a ship. I mean, imagine sailing over the Grand Line with this. These guys are on a completely different level. Even before the time skip, Blackbeard Pirates were a force to be reckoned with, as they managed to attack Drum Island, break into Impel Down's 4th level, and survive Sengoku's punch with little to no damage. However, after the time skip, they became even stronger, with level 6 prisoners joining the crew and Blackbeard acquiring the powers of the Goru Goru no Mi. As proof of their strength after the time skip, they easily defeated the Whitebeard Pirates, who wanted to take revenge on them and seize their former territories. Although there's some notable members like Jesus Bergas, Shiryu of the Rain, and Van Augur, as of now, we don't know what bounties they have and how strong they really are. Also, the Blackbeard Pirates have recently gained a powerful ally, the former Marine Admiral Kuzan, making them even more dangerous. Based on all this, I'm not really sure if the Straw Hats would be able to defeat them, especially considering Blackbeard's ability to nullify the powers of others. Also, since we don't have much bounty information about this crew, I'll have to take a guess. If we count Aokiji as the crew member, I don't think it's a stretch to say that the crew's total bounty is probably around 11 billion bellies. Number 6. Golden Lion Pirates. Before the events of
They powerful, dog.
What you said?
And I ain't gonna lie.
What?
If you could consume some of the devil's fruit, right? Would you? That's what it's called. But it makes you have powers. But you got, like, once you get into the show, you're like shit. Maybe if I could, like, you can't be stopped. Like, that's what makes you so powerful.
What you?
Hell yeah! If you see how the fuck Luffy, bruh, hell fucking yeah. It depends on which one though. It depends on which one. I ain't got to all of them yet, but it just depends on which one. But yeah, I want.
His execution in Lockdown, Shiki and the Golden Lion Pirates were one of the major players in the sea. Shiki and his pirate groups were one of the Pirate King's greatest rivals. They would constantly fight each other, with Shiki's crew even having an advantage a few times. Shiki also had the largest grand fleet in the world with over 50 divisions. I know what many of you are saying, Shiki is not a canon character and therefore he shouldn't be on the list. Well, despite the majority of Shiki's achievements being non-canon, he and the Golden Lion Pirates are confirmed canon characters, so it's only right that I put him on the list. The most interesting thing about this crew is their ship. It's called Island Ship, and as the name says, it's literally a landmass with high trees and long oars rowing at its sides. The ship flies, too. This is made possible by Shiki's devil fruit power, Fua Fua no Mi, which allows him to fly and levitate other things into the air. The other notable members besides Shiki are Scarlet, a giant gorilla, and Indigo, the crew's scientist. Unfortunately, not much is known about these characters since all of their appearances were in movies and are not canon. None of the crew members, including Shiki, have known bounties, making it pretty much impossible to rank them against other crews. However, since they were one of Roger's biggest rivals, it's undeniable that they were a very strong crew, and because of that, I've put them at least above Blackbeard. Also, their bounty was probably around 8 to 10 billion bellies. Alright, from here on, the total bounties start to become pretty insane, and you definitely don't want to miss the bounties on the 2 strongest crews. Number 5. Red Hair Pirates. Although Red Hair Pirates are mostly shrouded in mystery, they're certainly one of the strongest pirate crews ever. Their leader is Red Hair Shanks, one of the 4 emperors, with an astonishing bounty of over 4 billion bellies. Besides Shanks, the most notable pirates in this crew are First Mate Ben Beckham, Cook Lucky Roo, and Snipe Yasop. A true testament to the crew's strength is that the world government greatly feared what would happen if they and the Whitebeard Pirates were to form an alliance. Also, during the Battle of Marineford, as soon as as the red hair pirates appeared, all fighting stopped, and no one wanted to fight against them. Even Teach, who had 2 devil fruit powers at the time, didn't want to engage Shanks and simply said he wasn't ready to fight him yet. The most interesting thing about the red hair pirates is that no member, including Shanks, has devil fruit powers. You see, this is really interesting for a few reasons. Firstly, since they're a really strong crew, they definitely had a chance to eat a powerful devil fruit at some point, but chose not to for unknown reasons. This also means that all the crew members must be exceptional hockey users, as they were able to survive for so long in the new world. However, the majority of their bounties are currently unknown, so we can't estimate how strong they really are. I went back to reread some chapters and found out that there is actually one revealed bounty besides Shanks. It's the bounty of the crew's apprentice named Rockstar, who has a bounty of 94 million bellies. I mean, if a rookie has a bounty this high, I can only imagine what the officers' bounties are.
Facts, bro. Yeah, I know about that.
I be amongst this crew.
Like, once a lot of stuff, I ain't that far into it. Like, I know a lot, but after you watch a few episodes, a lot of these people are revealed to you already. And they story then are intertwines with each other. And so you see starts formulating the connections of each. So it makes it where you like, okay. And then they always leave you with a cliffhanger so you want to watch the next episode.
Next one. Okay. Look at me.
I don't know what I'm looking at.
Must all be in billions. This would make my estimate for their total bounty.
I ain't saying like that, child. I'm saying you like look at me.
I'm looking at.
But I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at.
Okay, let's get back.
You want to watch it with me?
I'll watch it by myself.
And see how you indulge in it yourself.
And then we can watch together because I don't want to take away from what you already doing. I don't want you to have to start over.
All right, catch up.
The officers' bounties are, they must all be in billions. This would make my estimate for their total bounty around 12 billion bellies. Number 4. Beast Pirates. The Beast Pirates were an emperor crew consisting of animal hybrids who followed every command of their captain Kaido, the world's strongest creature and king of the beasts. Kaido is an unstoppable force of nature whose skin is so tough, he survived every execution attempt on his life and was believed to be truly invincible. Like this incredible toughness wasn't enough, he also had the mythical Zoan-type devil fruit, Uo Uo no Mi, which allowed him to transform into a giant dragon. At one point, Beast Pirates attempted to attack Whitebeard Pirates in the hope of killing Whitebeard, something no one in the world would dare to do. They also managed to conquer Wano and had many of the country's samurai working for them as subordinates. The true strength of this crew lies in their underworld connections. Due to Kaido's alliance with Doflamingo and Caesar Clown, they had access to Smiles to help form an army of over 500 artificial Zoan Devil Fruit users. The sheer number of crew members with Smile Fruit forced both Luffy and Zoro to retreat after they attempted to assault Kaido's castle. Other notable members besides Kaido are his right-hand man, King, Jack the Drought, and Queen. Despite the overwhelming power of both Kaido and all of his crew members, Straw Hat Pirates eventually defeated them during the Wano arc, and Kaido's crew lost the Emperor status. The majority of Beast Pirates bounties were revealed in the show, so their total bounty should be similar to Red Hair Pirates at around 12 billion bellies. Number 3. Whitebeard Pirates. The Whitebeard Pirates were formerly one of the strongest pirate crews in the world. Their captain, Whitebeard, was one of the 4 emperors and one of the few people to have ever been a match for the Pirate King in a fight. They were very different from any other pirate crews, as Whitebeard didn't at all care about treasures. He instead had a great desire for family, which he believed was the greatest treasure one could have. Whitebeard commands a massive pirate fleet, controlling many subordinate crews in the New World and having 16 divisions of his own, with each one having its respective captain. Whitebeard's crew is arguably the one the world government feared the most. Because of this, they were prepared to use pretty much the entire Marines, including all admirals and 7 warlords of the sea, to fight Whitebeard pirates. And even then, they weren't sure if they'd manage to defeat them. Sengoku also said that with his devil fruit, Whitebeard had the power to destroy the entire world. Although Newgate's crew was incredibly powerful, they weren't by any means invincible. We can easily...
Now you telling me you still want to indulge in the devil?
I said I may, depending on
what the power is.
Yeah.
Like each one comes with different powers, so like that's why I said like it depends on which one you eat and which one you like.
Like I want, if I choose one, I want something good. You know what I'm saying?
You want to destroy the world?
No. I won't want
no one man should have all.
see this during the Marineford arc, where several commanders were severely injured while trying to save Ace, and when Blackbeard Pirates ambushed and killed the crew's captain, Whitebeard. Some notable members besides Whitebeard were Marco the Phoenix, Ace, Jozu, Thatch, Vista, and at one point, even Kizuki Odin himself. Okay, so, if we assume that all the Whitebeard Pirates are currently alive and that Odin is also part of the crew, the estimated total bounty should be around 13 billion bellies, which is the highest bounty we had so far on the list. Before we explain the absolute strongest crew on the list, let's first cover the Roger Pirates. Roger Pirates were the legendary crew with Goldie Roger as the captain. This crew traveled around the Grand Line in search of Laugh-Tale, and the things they did were by many considered to be legends. Like the Red Hair Pirates, Roger's crew wasn't relying on devil fruit abilities, and Roger himself didn't possess any. By far, their most important feat is that they managed to find all 4 road poneglyphs and reach the final island, Laugh-Tale. With this, members of the crew discover the true history of the world, the events of the Void Century, and the meaning of the initial D, things only a handful of people in the world know. This led to Roger being given a bounty of 5,564,800,000 bellies, the highest recorded bounty in history. Sometime
For him to have that, he knows some shit. Y'all afraid of what he fucking knows. You know, you get it. You don't supposed to be knowing that.
64,800,000 bellies, the highest recorded bounty in history. Sometime after finding the One Piece, Roger turned himself in, and his pirate crew was disbanded. The world government executed Roger shortly after, but not before he said his legendary final words. You want my treasure? You can have it. I left everything I gathered together in one place. Now you'll just have to find it. Even after 25 years since the crew separation, some members still have active bounties and are constantly chased by the world government. Since Whitebeard and Roger Pirates battled each other many times over the years, and each time it ended in a draw, it's obvious that the crews are of almost equal strength. I chose to put Roger Pirates higher on the list because of their legacy, but it could have easily been the other way around. By now, you're probably wondering what was the Roger Pirates' total bounty. Well, unfortunately, this information was never revealed by Oda, but I'll still try to answer it. If we assume Odin to be a part of the Rogers crew, I believe their total bounty was definitely over 15 billion bellies. Number 1. Rocks Pirates. Imagine being so powerful and influential that the world government had to erase you from all history books and cover up that you ever existed. Well, this is exactly how powerful Rox D. Zebek and his pirate crew were. Okay, you may be wondering, how can this pirate crew be stronger than some of the other crews we mentioned? Well, you'll quickly understand that as soon as I tell you who were the members of this famous crew. Besides Rox, who was the captain, some of the others were Kaido, Charlotte Linlin, Shiki, and even Whitebeard. Yep, you heard it right. The world's strongest man, King of the Beasts, one of the world's strongest swordsmen, and Big Mom were once a part of the same crew. Under Rock's leadership, this group became the most feared pirate crew in history and went across the world doing whatever they wanted with zero regards for the repercussions or fear of being captured. And why would they fear? There were no marines or pirates strong enough to ever stop them. Okay, I know what you're thinking. How are these guys ever defeated? Well, you see, Rox wasn't only the world government's worst enemy, he was also the biggest rival of the Pirate King. So the strongest marine at that time, Garp, and the strongest pirate besides Rox, Roger, teamed up and finally put an end to Zebek's tyranny. The interesting thing about this crew is that after its disbandment, every known member became a famous pirate and formed a crew of their own. Now in terms of bounty, this one is really hard to estimate because we don't know a single bounty from the Rox crew. However, based on how much the world government wanted him dead, I'd say his bounty was definitely similar to Roger's, if not higher. This would put his entire crew probably at around 13 to 15 billion bellies. Click on this video where we covered all D-Clan members in one piece.
Interesting. Oh.
Yes. Very interesting though.
That was interesting.
Okay. Like once you indulge in it, you start figuring out stuff, and you start connecting the dots. Mm-hmm. You want to connect more dots because, like I said, at least you would cliffhanger each episode.
He's like, okay, I have to.
Yeah, I gotta see what's next. You know what I'm saying?
And then so forth.
Yeah, like I saw one person said like if you read it, it doesn't have as many like fluffs because you can see some fluff in it to make the story a little to make the story longer. Than some parts you can kind of leave out. You know what I'm saying? That's what everything though. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Could have left that out, but then at the same time, it's like
it might have
understand because it may have some type of significance, but
there's this one part I ain't gonna hold you. You'll feel it, I know. I'm saying you.
Oh.
You will feel it. It has to do with
it.
It has to do with a dog. And I was like, the connection with the dog and its owner. I'm like, that shit deep though. And that dog would not leave until the owner came. I said, damn. Because it's even deeper than that though.
So you like, I'll tell you that part, but okay.
I'll tell you that part, but it has a deep connection to like how people are really with their pets and the loyalty of their pets to the individual. So
I didn't want you to tell me too much.
I ain't telling you too much.
Okay.
I ain't telling you none of it.
Okay.
Like I'm just saying, like you know how like you have a deep connection with your pup.
Yes.
And in regards, we always think we have a deep connection with our pets.
Yeah. In
reality, it could be vice versa. It's
that
the
they
fact
have
that
one with you.
how much loyalty does the pet has with the owner. Mm. And you love your dog so much. That's why I said you would most definitely connect to that part. Mm. And it might make you tear up.
Oh.
Yeah, like for real. You.
I don't cry.
You a softy. No, you a softy. If you get if you put your emotions into that part, you would cry.
Okay.
It pulls on your heartstrings.
Did it pull on yours? It had to pull on yours.
No.
Yes, it did.
I understood the meaning behind it, so I
but you didn't get a little teary eye.
No, a little more hardcore than that. But hey, man, make sure y'all spam us up in the comments. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts about it in the comment section down below, man. But as always, I do go by the name DJ the Kid. This is
here in the comments.
Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my folks. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my power.